those are the two options for lateral glide. One where you're using leverage, a little bit more complicated, but really not that complicated. You just have to understand what's going on. Once you got a good handle on what's going on, read the notes, they'll make sense. Until you got a good handle, the notes might confuse you. The second one's super easy. You can read the notes and understand what's going on right away, the second option. Now we have inferior glide. And for this one, there's two different ways to do it. One, super easy. I'm just kind of grabbing the shoulder like this and pulling it down. I don't even know how many. Are there two options for inferior glide on there?
No, it looks like one.
Okay, so this is one option for inferior glide. But the other one, I think that one that's talked about in the notes is like this. So I'm going to have you put this hand here. And I don't think it says that in the notes. I'm doing that because I'm going to get in nice and close here. And I don't need to be bumping into anything. Not that I'm going to be even putting anything on the thorax at all. But just because I'm in here like this, I get my shoulder in like that. I grab the humerus, kind of distract, and glide inferior like that. Both of those are good. I think that's the one that's described in the notes. But you could easily just do this. There's no reason you can't. Well, the only issue here, again, look at the rest of her body. It's kind of unstable. So when I'm in here like this, I'm really kind of isolating the humerus. And the shoulder is blocking the elbow. Her elbow's on my shoulder. That's inferior glide. Somebody has impingement, increasing the space or just giving the supraspinatus and/or biceps some space will help. So that's beneficial that way. I think the next one is the multi-directional mobilization. Is that right?
Yeah.
And this is a good one. This is a really good one. I mean, you could probably do this on anybody with any kind of shoulder issue, and it would be great. I like to hold it in a way where my forearm's kind of supporting the patient's forearm like this. If I hold it this way, which is another option, this happens. And if her humerus is internally rotated that far, it's going to change the mechanics of the shoulder a bit. So I will hold like this. I'm not controlling, it's still kind of flopping around a little bit, it's just not flopping into internal rotation. And then both hands grab the humerus as close to the neck of the humerus as possible. I distract a little bit, nice and slow, and then we'll mobilize. Posteriorly, a little bit anteriorly. I'm going to stay away from anterior because we don't need to. And then inferior, and then maybe a little bit of circumduction. You might even just kind of wiggle the shoulder a little bit. Circumduction. Circumduction includes some anterior and some superior, so it's not that we never do those motions, just those aren't motions I'm focusing on. In the other direction. Maybe just kind of wiggling the shoulder loose. That's kind of what we're doing. How does that feel?
Good.
Yeah. It should feel pretty good. The only problem I've ever had, especially people like, I mean, this is a perfect example. If I'm dragging the skin too much, it might feel yucky. Yeah, it'll feel rippy. And all I did was I took my index finger and I just kind of grabbed the kind of posterior, like distal axilla skin. And if you do that and you grab it, it feels rippy. So if that's going on, just kind of change your contact a little bit. But it should feel really good. Yeah, I mean, if your patient can totally let go of their shoulder and you can move it around, I think that's probably the best use of mobilization in the shoulder at all. So none of these are actually high velocity stuff, because high velocity in the shoulder, I think it's unnecessary. I get a lot of good results just with mobilization.